On this episode, we tear down a house. Well, no, not exactly a house, but somebody's home, something's home. It's gotta go. We can't have this in our garage. We're gonna go ahead and take this light off. Unfortunately, both lights have been damaged in terms of how they connect to the car. They bolt up to the car, so we'll have to replace both lights, unfortunately. Let's see what we can do about that. I'm not sure if you can just buy the housing and replace that, but we're gonna figure that out. Apparently the light was only being held on by one bolt, so let's unplug it. Welcome back to the channel. Now, I know I've been away for quite a while. We do have some exciting new content coming up for you. Obviously, Project Volcano still needs to be built up. We have made a little more progress. You'll have those videos coming out soon in the near future. We actually have a few videos for that ready to go. So excited to show you that. Also have been working on some other things, some new things, and we'll be starting to put together some videos around those things too. We got some new skills that we've been playing around with. So stay tuned. If you haven't subscribed, and let's get back to the video. Okay, here we go. Wrong tool, but it did the job. So these lights are the same lights I have on my car. They're LED, the pre-LCI version. And what I'm wondering is if this has the chip in there that you can replace and make the LEDs amber. So at some point I'm going to take this apart and see what's in here. Here we see a rare cameo from my son. Now, this won't be his car, in case you're wondering, but I did need a little help to take this hood off, so he came down to help. Okay, so it looks like the fan pushed right up against the oil filter housing, right up against the alternator as well. So this is all twisted and mangled. That should be pretty straight. And this one on this side seems to be a little out of position. So we're gonna take this off from the bottom. I think we just gotta take these bolts out down here, and the whole bottom clip should come out. Okay, now that we got the wheel liner off, which is going to be replaced by the way, but we can get a better idea of what the damage is on this side of the car. Super not happy about this, but it is what it is. It has to get fixed. So this crash structure, this lower crash structure is definitely bent. Looks like it's bent right where it meets with the subframe. And then up top here, this looks like it's crinkled right there. So the latter part of this looks fairly straight. So this shouldn't be that difficult to straighten out. And then the lower piece will just get replaced. So we're gonna get new lower pieces, and then I'll take the car to a frame machine and get the top fixed. Okay, we're making some good progress. Actually got the wheel liners off, so I got a little more clearance. So we took that upper crash structure off. I'm able to get a better look at what the issues are. Of course, we're going to need a new motor mount there. These are bent. This arm is bent completely. But it seems to be bent right around there. So I don't think the strut towers are, I think those are still lined up pretty good. So I don't think this is going to be difficult for a frame shop. So let's get the rest of it off and see if we can make some more progress. Okay, from the looks of it, it doesn't look like there's any damage to the front of the engine. The fan seems to have taken the brunt of the impact, so the fan is broken. There's also a cable here. I believe this might go to the fan as well. Oh no, that goes right here to the throttle body. This is broken. So the throttle body, that's going to cause some issues, but we'll get this fixed. So let's try and get this fan out and see if we can eventually disconnect the radiator. I do think I'll have to take out this arm to be able to disconnect the radiator. So getting a closer look at the intercooler, it's definitely banged up. This is a pretty gnarly dent. So we got a couple places that it's definitely grooved. So we'll be replacing the intercooler, probably with an aftermarket piece, but this sustained some decent damage in this accident. Okay, so the other thing we got to do is we got to drain the radiator fluid, the coolant. So we're going to start with this auxiliary radiator, and then we're going to move on to the main one, so we can take those two pieces off. Now that I've got most of the coolant out, we're going to take out this support here, which should give us some clearance behind the radiator, the rad pack, and we'll be able to disconnect the hoses back there, get the fan out, and be able to finally take this front piece off. Okay, so we got the fan all disconnected. As you can see, this is pretty cracked up. The fan looks okay. Also, the fan motor should be fine. So I'm actually going to see if I can get just a shroud, see if that's possible, and then we'll just swap all these parts. So it looks like the only thing holding this on still is this connector right here, and we have one on the other side, another hose to the engine. And then we have the AC, this one here. So we're going to take out this. We're going to take out this so we have access to the AC line and pop that off. That should allow us to take off the AC condenser. Actually, no. And then we're going to disconnect the coolant hoses. So we'll take this off first, disconnect the AC line, and then we'll be able to get access to this hose and the other hose on the other side. Okay, so we finally got the rad pack off. All of this is cleared out now, so we can get a better look. So from the looks of it, the auxiliary radiator should be fine. The radiator also seems to be okay. I don't see any structural damage except for this little dent at the top here, but I don't think that is really gonna have a much impact on how it functions. So we'll probably reuse this. The AC condenser also took a little damage, but it seems to be holding pressure, so I'm also not too worried about that. We may replace this, but we have a little time to think about that. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please hit the like button. While you're down there, go ahead and subscribe. That helps us a lot.